Good morning. It's Sunday and it's bright and lovely warm day. Not hot, just perfectly pleasant. We are back from our travels. We actually arrived back on Friday and we've been here yesterday. And the most pressing job at the time was to remove the blighted Sant Marzano, and I'm just thinking there was Sant Marzano and Marmande Super Precoce. They've done well. I think they kind of showed some sort of signs of distress before we left, so I'm not really surprised. So that was the first job, and therefore, oh, hello.
Hello, it's good to be back.
He doesn't really mean it. He was missing his breakfast being made this morning and so on. Anyway, so yes, we've been doing that yesterday, and within those 2 weeks when we were not here, everything just gone absolutely crazy, and I'm sure that's probably the truth for most of gardeners in the UK. I believe that the weather was very, very hot, and there was some rain, and it's just amazing. So let me just quickly show you around. This is going to be a fairly fast tour today, so we can get on with the pressing jobs that are ahead of us. We are in front of the old poly, which is just here, and I've got still potato to harvest, but I'm keeping that in. I'm just going to cut the foliage and leave the potatoes in. These are my gala potatoes, which I want for potato seeds for next year. They are very, very nice. I like them. Now this bed, oh, by the way, let me just show you the bees. Guys down there, let me just try to enlarge that. They're busying themselves. They seem to be happy, preparing for winter. It's good to see them that busy. Okay. Back to the normal sort of screen. Now we've got what we've got here. We still have some lettuce, but I can see that the Berlotto bean has taken over completely that bed, and I know that there is some leaks underneath which are struggling to come out. Well, I'm going to leave it like that. The Berlotto beans, give it 2-3 weeks, they'll be probably ready to harvest, and then we can see if the leaks can be saved. We have masses and masses here of various kales. I think this one is most affected by, I don't know what that might be. Maybe the caterpillars. Obviously something is eating them, but they don't seem to like the curly kale, especially the purple Russian kale and the other curly green kale. We harvested some of the runner beans yesterday, which are still edible. They could be, they start to be stringy. I've got some lovely ones on the top, and I'm keeping these for the seeds. These were there were 2 different packets, 2 different varieties. One was purple flowered, and one was a Norma, but they were very much the same thing. So I'm just going to keep the seeds of these. And obviously the marigolds here. These are crackerjacks done fantastically well. I can see some seeds there, so I'll be collecting those seeds. You see these heads, they are full of seeds, so I will be taking some of those seeds today, and I can see which ones I'm actually collecting. They had the pale yellow, which I can see not many of. Anyway, moving on, we've got celeriac, which some of it started bulbing, and some young cabbage in this bed. So that's also been munched on, but that will be fine. We can get rid of the munched bits. We've got some Brussels sprouts, and they're starting to form. These are the purple Brussels sprouts. Next to it, we've got self-sown tomato, and this is the not San Marzano, this is the San Marzano, I think. And these are, well, that's just a little stick broke off when I put in a soil and forgot all about it. Oh, here it is. And I'll be clearing that bed as well. We've got some kale here, which hasn't been so badly damaged, but we have plenty of kale, so I'll be removing that and planting some brassicas in this bed. Lot of the parsley is going to seed. I quite like flowering parsley, I mean for the visual effect. I have to say that above everything we've got masses of Verbena bonariensis which seeded itself everywhere. I've been trying to remove it and I've got another big job to do. I love Verbena bonariensis, but I like it more in the right places. Now this is the flower bed. It goes through transformation every few weeks. It does different things. So now we've got the Californian poppies and some salvias. These were actually grown from seeds, and so were the antirrhinums. And the cosmos is just starting. I think it's a little bit too maybe rich soil for the cosmos here. I don't know, but we've got some of that. You know, verbascums are gone, so that bit of the border is a bit bare, but they're coming back for the next year. And that brings me to another bed which got this is mainly yellow bush beans. I don't know if you can see, but yes, they are there. Amongst the these are Romanesco broccoli, and well, the tomatoes just became well, a bit of a mess, but and a jungle. And look at those wonderful marigolds amongst them. And yes, they still, I'm going to remove some of the leaves today and everything, but they're still colouring. These are the famous Crimson Crush. Masses of them still on the bushes. So we will keep that. We'll just help them up by removing as many of the leaves of stems today as possible. I'm clearing this bed. It had dill and carrots and turnips, which I harvested yesterday. Purple top turnips, very nice. And this is the cleared bed from the tomatoes which coated blight. And considering they are in such a close proximity to the Crimson Crush, nothing happened here. Nothing terrible happened here. We also took some pumpkins and squashes mainly yesterday. Look at this fence. It's completely covered with bindweed. Well, we have a walled garden this year. Is the bindweed? It's been horrendous. We will have to do something about it. We certainly do, because I hate it. I'm sorry. I know it's all nature, but I really hate it. So that's it. Some of the raspberries are still coming up. These are the autumn flowering. We haven't got autumn fruiting. Sorry, I haven't got very many of those. This is note to myself to buy a couple of plants. The soft fruit is looking good, but we still have to weed it, and we still have the gaps, and we still haven't done any edging here with the lavender. The little gooseberry bushes which rooted themselves when we were clearing this off earlier on in the season, they've all come up. This is the future strawberry bed, and this is quite high on the agenda to sort that out and start putting the runners in for next year. And this is the lavender we're going to fill in. Nothing much happened here except it's a lot of work to do. Oh, well, listen, this is what happens to your cucumber plants when they are grown through the chicken wire and nobody harvests them. So this was the cucumber bed here, and I still harvested few yesterday, and they're still coming. I can see they're still coming. well, we were not short of cucumber or two this year. So sweet peas, which was marvelous this year, I have to say. I couldn't be more pleased with it. We now let it all go to seed. These are the colors I like, so we will be picking up those shortly. They almost, some of them are almost dry and ready to pick. Let me just see. Well, not like that. That's not ready. But that's halfway there. I've got some ready at home because obviously that wasn't looked after, but plenty to be had. Okay, another flower bed, completely overgrown now. The gladiolas are gone, the zinnias are still there and flowering, but we will need to at least make a path because at the moment we haven't got a path to the end. The asparagus bed, not many weeds there, which is great. The asparagus was marvelous, and I can't tell you how pleased I am. I think Nigel is just trimming because everything's gone, look, just crazy, no paths, nothing. So Nigel is trimming the purple tree spinach there, so we can actually open the door. We have melons. What melons? We have melons. Okay, well that's because I was trying to get rid of them. Okay, so maybe I was too hasty. So big thank you to lovely lady who, where are the melons, Helen? Oh, we have melons. We have melons.
Yeah.
We have melons. Nigel found melons. Okay, I was going to throw this away today. Okay, we have melons. It's official. We have melons. They're not very big. They're minute, but we have melons. Okay, we still have a few peppers and chilies coming on. Not many. These tomatoes are going to be taken out next week. And I've got to go back to what I was saying, which is the lovely seedlings which were looked after by a lady called Claire, who did help out and watered them beautifully. And look, there were sort of tiny little seedlings, and they came up fantastic. And I'll be planting some of them today and during the week. And these are the cucumbers which my mum transplanted, and they need to go in the bigger pots, but look at that, fantastic. So we're gonna make a cucumber corner here, so we will have another lot of cucumbers. So I'm very pleased. People have been very kind and looked after things for us. That's marvelous thing. So the laurel Nigel planted is coming along nicely. We almost cleared up those squashes there. There is one small pumpkin and a couple more squashes growing because the stems are still green. Everything else was really, the stems died off, so we might just as well pick them up. Well, this needs to be cleared up. This path has been cleared up 6 weeks ago. That's what happens in 6 weeks around here. Okay. Hello, Bobo. Hello, Watson. Say hello. Okay. So we're coming to the end of our a little journey around our little patch here. So what else is happening? Obviously, we've excluded this beet to manage the weeds. If you don't do anything, and it's already excluded, look what's happening down there. So 3 blueberries I purchased from Lidl, $3.99 I think each. They're doing fantastically well. They have a new growth on them, I can see, so happy. And out of those 7 cheap trees, we have 7 so I had 10 for 1998. So I've got 7 which resprouted and doing strong. I might even help them out this year, and never know, might put them for the frost in a poly there. And 3, the cherry trees did not work, and this one is apple. And when you actually look and try to do that yesterday, the stem seems to be green, but they're sprouting from the bottom, and the bottom is no good because that's where this is the point at which they grafted. So that one is Boskop, I think. Yes, Boskop. It didn't work very well, but well, such is life. So it comes to just below £3 per tree. These are all on very, very dwarfing root. They were originally apparently patio trees, so great. We can use them as a little espaliers. At the moment we're just having a look if they're gonna grow or not. What else do we have here? Well, the greenhouse with all the bee equipment at the moment and empty needs cleaning, but it's not terribly high on the list. We've harvested all the potatoes here. There's still plenty of rhubarb. There's 2 crowns of rhubarb there. Lots of stinging nettles. Lots of stinging nettles everywhere. And not that we don't try to keep this all slightly down. I like stinging nettles, but not everywhere. They are fighters. Now, what we've got in this one? In this one, we've got some different chards. As you can see, beautiful, beautiful stems. Not everybody likes chard. I don't mind chard, but I love it. I even put it in a flower arrangement. Just put flower arrangement chard only, and then might eat some. These are beetroot, and some of them I've seen they started to bulb. So that's for a small sort of. I already see there is some damage on them because obviously the wildlife love beetroot probably even more than we do. So what we've got here, beautiful, beautiful celery, and I'm going to be picking up one today. We've got some cavalloniera. Amongst them there is Christmas parsnips and some Welsh walking onion. I know you can't see them very well, but they will kind of lay themselves down and travel. This bed is full of leeks, but it's also full of flowering parsley and even more flowering weeds. I will need to uncover that and remove the weeds. I mean, really, seriously, it's a crazy stuff. Yeah, well, that's the probably very next job, because it drives me insane. They take all the nutritions from the leeks. What else we have here? I harvested yesterday some artichokes heads, as you can see. We need to cook them, and harvested some of those onions which were planted in a sort of multiples as a spring onion, but they matured to be a proper onion, so we'll just take them as we need them. Swedes also bulbing up nicely, and we have some sweet corn now. The problem we had, this sweet corn, just ready sweet corn has been completely eaten out. Terry, I forgot my socks before we left, because people put socks on them, and it's the right thing to do. I mean, at least some mice have been very, very, very happy. I love when behind our field here, when they have sweet corn growing, and in the crop rotation we do have that from time to time, because there is less damage by the rodents. We still have tiny little squashes here. Let's have a look. Little Turkish turbans in those, but look at that whopper. And I found already 2 of them. This one is actually trying to bring the tree down. Can you see? That's just enormous. And there is another one hanging on the fencing, and there might be some inside the wilderness which we won't see till we actually, till we actually kind of follow the trail of the leaves. So it is fairly wild. We picked up all the gigantic courgettes on yesterday, quite a lot. These are carrots which my mum sowed for Christmas. They're doing all right. This one was round courgette, still having flowers, but that massive fruit I've taken, and that's the carrot and maybe parsnip or parsley. It's difficult to say. Anyway, we have some more Allotment bean amongst that, amongst the corn. And here I'm saving for seeds is the pongo beans. So I'm keeping them on. Let me see if I'm just hoping to keep some. No, there's plenty pongo beans on these to be still kept for seeds. They were kindly donated to me by Val and Bill, and yeah, fantastic bean. Okay, so just to show you the other asparagus bed is they get massive, and I absolutely love that. They look very ornamental. If you ever wanted some privacy, plant some asparagus. Dies off in the winter. It's lovely. Okay, so that's about it. We have plenty of work on our hand, and I'm just going to find Nigel to say goodbye, and we will be trying to post videos regularly, but if we don't, it means we are just very, very, very busy. I don't know where he is. Oh, he is there. Oh, look at those purple beans. Are we just keeping them now for seeds? Nigel, I'm just looking for you to say goodbye. Come here and say goodbye with me if you can. 4 melons. Wow. Well, that's it for this week, I think. We have plenty of things to do. So Nigel is trying to weed some of the paths because they really all trim things so we can actually pass properly. And I'm going to start planting the beds which we be freeing one by one and replanting with, what you call succession planting with some brassicas. So that's it from, sorry, I'm trying to lift it high and high so I can see you. So that's it from us. We hope to see you again. So leave us a comment. Before I go, very important. I have to say massive thank you to our friendly gardener Ali from My Rusty Garden, who is very lovely and generous person to all. But we received some fantastic seeds. I'll be talking about them in different vlog, because I was overwhelmed with her generosity and the work she put in to send those. So thank you very much, Ali. And goodbye from both of us. We're going to Malvern Malvern show on 24th, so very excited for that, and we hope to see you again. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.